Hi, this is Robert from Retro Car Guy 530. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to update your Kia navigation maps and your radio head unit software for free. In a previous video on my channel, I showed you how to update the radio head unit software and GPS navigation files in a 2017 Kia Soul. That was done by purchasing an SD card with the updated files on it from MNsoft, and the cost of that was somewhere in the $33 to $35 range after the cost of the product, shipping, and tax. Now there is a free way to download the files from Kia to perform the update of the radio head unit software and navigation files by using a Kia Navigation Updater program that you can download for Windows or Mac, and then the only cost to you would be the cost of the new media to put the files onto so you can install it into your radio head unit. In my case, it's an SD card that I ended up purchasing from Amazon, and I will put the information on the screen, and I'll have a link down in the description section to that particular product on Amazon. It's an affiliate link, so if you do purchase it through that link, it will earn me a commission, and it will be actually at no extra cost to you, so that'd be a great way to support the channel in a free way to you. But the cost of the media is the only thing involved in this, because the execution of the program doesn't require any money to be paid or anything while you're downloading the files. It's a totally free download. When you first start the program, it will ask you to either log in with your Kia owner site credentials, or you can log in as a guest. You don't need to provide any actual credentials from the owner site, but the only benefit there is if you log in through your Kia owner site credentials, it will already automatically identify the vehicles you have associated with that account. Otherwise, you just need to go through and select the year and model of your vehicle. That's a Kia produced vehicle, and then it will then provide the option to then download the files. The files will then be downloaded to one of two places. If the media is already installed into a slot on your computer, it will download it directly to that particular location. Or if you don't have it installed into the card reader slot in your computer yet, or a USB port, it will be presented to download them to the local hard drive, which actually I found to be a little bit quicker, because it downloads the compressed files, and then once they're downloaded, it expands them. So if it does that all on the new media, that can go a little bit slower. So if you have between 20 and 32 gigabytes of free space on your hard drive, it might be a great way to speed it up just a little bit. So hopefully we'll go through that process. I'll show you the guest login and show you how that the user ID up at the top is a auto-generate one on their side. And then if you log in with credentials, which I'll blur out a couple things so you don't see my information there, but you'll at least be able to see that it's identified the vehicle just from the fact that I've logged in with the credentials, and it already knows I have a 2017 Kia Soul associated with that particular user account. So let's get into showing you the two examples, and at the end a quick run through of the update using that software that I downloaded for free. First thing you need to do is go to the update.kia.com website, click on the navigation update page, select which platform you're downloading the application for, be it a Windows or Mac. I have a Windows 10 laptop. Depending on the browser functionality, it will either prompt you where to start. I previously downloaded this, so I'm naming it the same thing that I named it before, so that's why it's prompting me there. And then once it's completed the download, I'm going to invoke my antivirus software. This is just a standard practice of mine for any file, whether I've downloaded it before or not. I just want to make sure it's clean of any viruses. I don't have any problems with this. The antivirus comes back with a clean scan of the file. So once that's completed, we go ahead and invoke the program, and I'll show you on the next screen here the various sections that they have on their website showing you the various screens. So you pick the region of the world that you're installing for, the brand, in this case Kia, the language you wish to operate the program in, the license agreement, the location where to install it, which I accepted the default on my computer, and then there will be a screen showing the updated processing of the files during installation, and then when you're done installing, you click on that to get the main screen. If you wish to purchase the software on the SD card, you go to that shipping order website link, and that will bring you to the MNsoft website that I used in my previous video, but there are a couple links there showing you the updates that are available for the various makes and models. You can check that out to see if your vehicle's included. This example is downloading using the guest login. Of course, I'm using the Kia installation since I selected the Kia brand during the installation of this application, and then that's why it's presenting only the Kia models on the left. And I'm going to select Soul for my 2017 Soul, then I select 2017 Soul on the right. But this will apply as well for the Genesis and Hyundai brands as well. Since I have installed the SD card in my F drive on my computer, it's already identified that location. And since I'm downloading to that, it's going to be a little slower in downloading and expanding the files. I'd like to interrupt my example here. I'm using the G drive in this example for the SD card. You do have a drop list that you can expand and select the hard drive storage for the downloaded files. I would recommend that because that will reduce the amount of time required to expand the files. So you'll get through this screen about the media, and then you'll have the storage location prompt. So make sure you select an appropriate location on your hard drive to speed things up. And now back to the example using the F drive. Pick the appropriate drive here. It's warning about the use of official media. I do have a high quality aftermarket or non-official media, but it should work just fine. And then make sure the drive letter is correct. It has identified the appropriate drive letter for your SD card, and click yes because it's formatting that. And then after that, it will download the files. I sped this up. You can see the elapsed timer on the bottom. This process overall, downloading and expanding on the same drive that's the SD card, is a little bit slower, and you can see the elapsed time here, and you can compare that with the other section where I'm showing you where I'm downloading to the hard drive first. But this process, once completed, it should have all the files expanded and ready for use on the SD card. It will go through this step and we'll finalize the expansion. It took almost 20 minutes there to complete that. So once it gets that, it pauses here for just a moment, and then it brings up the follow-up screens where it talks about going into the navigation screen or the radio head unit screen and finding the settings applet, and then clicking on that to then invoke the update function. And then make sure you switch in the media into the vehicle's radio head unit at that point and press update and follow the prompts after that. And after executing this, it will close the program, and by default it will clean up the media that it downloaded, which in this case is on the SD card. In this example, I'm using my login credentials from the owner's website for Kia, and you don't have to. Again, you can use your guest credentials here to log in to get to these files for free. But by logging in with your owner site credentials, you see the vehicles that you're already associated with. You can change the brand here in the settings screen to Genesis or Hyundai as well, the location on the hard drive where they're stored, and then other settings as you see on the screen. But since I've logged in, it's already selected the one vehicle I have associated with my owner's account. And then I have the hard drive as the default location because I don't have the SD card installed yet, which will be drive G in this example. So if I proceed through this, it's warning me that the media should be official media or high quality, and then it will let me change where I store them on the hard drive, and then the download takes place. And again, to the hard drive, download is quicker usually, and then the expansion is much quicker as well. Then it goes to the point where it gets ready to the copy to the SD card, and then it will make you verify that you've inserted the SD card. Then it'll have you select the drive letter, which it is drive G in this example, and then you select yes to format that, and then the copying process takes place. So the completion of this goes about 5 to 6 minutes quicker than if it was solely downloading to the SD card and expanding from there and then back to the SD card. So I would suggest using the hard drive in any of the downloads and update processes you do. So after that, we get the screens again about what to do with the SD card out in the vehicle. And then once we get through these 4 screens again, this is for the 2017 Kia Soul, but it may show different screens for your vehicle if you have a different system in your vehicle than in my Kia Soul. Then close program, it will delete the files from the hard drive. And once we click on close program, it should verify that we want to close down with a yes or no, if I remember right. Yes, then click yes, and then you're out, ready to update your car. Here's a time lapse of the installation process of that SD card that I created with the navigation updater program. I updated to the May 2020 software with the previous video that I have on my channel, and this one updates to the August 2020 software and maps. And the only real change that really took place here was the update files for the GPS maps. So the update process here for the radio head unit was abbreviated a bit because it found the same software version already installed. But I wanted to at least show you the fact that the media that I created with the updater program actually worked successfully and installed just fine. And instead of taking about 30 to 31 minutes like I did the previous time when it updated all the software in the radio head unit, this one only I think it shaved off about 7 or 8 minutes off that total. So keep that in mind. You need to run the engine. I have had reports from other owners that you can drive during this, but I chose to idle the engine and just had it running so that the battery voltage level stays high enough to complete the update process without any complications. So we're nearing the end of the process here, and we can see that it is completing right about now. Well, there's a couple examples of how to perform the guest login or the owner site credential login, and then the downloading to the hard drive versus downloading directly to the SD card or the USB thumb drive, whatever's the appropriate media for your radio head unit. Make sure you get one that's appropriately sized. In my particular case, it's a 2017 Kia Soul. You required the SD card and required one that at least 32 gigabytes, or it stated it should be 32 gigabytes, and that's what I did purchase. So check out the description section for any links related to that, or the affiliate links. Check those out. It's a great way to support the channel. And if you liked the information in the video, or you were entertained in some way, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that bell notification to be notified when I upload new videos like this. And I'll see you in the next one.